In this video, I'm talking about your online platform. You are probably on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all these other platforms, but having your own website has additional benefits that you can profit from. For example, you can bring people to your website, have content there that they will not find anywhere else, and you can build a very unique connection there, especially with the help of email newsletters, for example, where you can build a kind of VIP list of people where you share information first and then you publish it on Facebook and Instagram. The main reason I would suggest something like that is because the email is a very personal medium where you can connect directly with your fans and keep a very open communication with them directly, which is not open. And I think this not open is actually a very interesting aspect because some people just don't like to comment on things in the public, but they might give you feedback on an email. I find this very powerful. The next amazing thing you can do with a platform like an email newsletter is that you can actually ask questions or send out a survey, which you can obviously also send out on social media. But maybe you just want to know how your hardcore fans think, and I'm pretty sure that they are on that email list. Also, a personal platform like a website with a blog or just your own portfolio work is a place where people actually can find you much better in SEO ways, because Google will find Twitter profiles or Instagram profiles, but they are not really great in terms of SEO. They will be found because they are big, but the problem is that by your content, either your pictures or your texts, they are not really findable on Google. So it's a very good idea to actually have that content on a website, for example. The next thing on my list is that platforms like Instagram and Twitter, they might go away. I know that sounds pretty ridiculous with platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, but for example, Vine was a very interesting app. It was big, it had a lot of money, and now they shut down. So what do you do when something like that happens? Having a base like a website with, for example, an email newsletter for direct communication with your fans is a place where you can keep followers, and maybe not all of your followers that you have on social media, because it's much easier to get an Instagram follower versus an email follower, but maybe you have 50,000 people on Instagram and 10,000 people are actually on your email list. Then when Instagram would die, you would not lose all of those 50,000, you would only lose 40,000, and then you can grow your base from those 10,000 that you have on your own platform. But the platform you build for yourself, the blog, the website, the email list, that will not go away, and you can actually back it up and actually keep the links to that platform, where on the contrary, with an Instagram profile or a Facebook page, if that got deleted or the platform itself shut down, those links are actually dead in the water. Next up, you have a branding, where on a YouTube channel, a Instagram profile, or a Facebook profile, you're actually limited by what the platform offers. On most of these platforms, you have kind of a cover image, you have an avatar, you have your name, you have a description. But on your website, you can do whatever the hell you want. That also means that you can choose your own colors, you can choose the font, you can do pretty much anything you want. Platforms like Tumblr also offer something like that, and previously MySpace back in the day offered something like that, but the platforms nowadays, they are very, very limited, and on your own site you can choose what you want to show, how you want to show it, and how it's designed. One of my favorite points is that it looks so much more professional to have your own name as a domain, and then from there link to other platforms. And not only the domain name itself to link to other places, but actually the email address that is associated with it. Because emails are not just important to reach out to people or have a following via an email list, but it's actually a way of communication for most of the important stuff. For example, emailing with your client, with your agent, or with other people. Having something like luckygirl@gmx.com or chris90@gmail.com, in my opinion, does not look professional at all, and I would definitely recommend going your own route, even if it's just for having your own website with your own email address, and on the website just a picture, a little bit of a Insta bio or a Twitter profile bio, and then the links to your different social media profiles. Even if it's only for that, I highly recommend having your own platform, because then it looks much more professional. For myself, I have a couple of websites. I have Spiegel.io, which is linked in the description below, which is essentially my About Me page, and you can see my different projects that I'm working on. You have the links to my different social media profiles, and you will also find my consulting work there, and my Now page, which essentially shows the projects I'm working on and the areas of my life that I'm working on as well. To do all this, I use Namecheap.com for hosting and domain registration. I also have a couple of servers at DigitalOcean.com, and I use Google Apps for Work for my email work workflow. But I will actually have an email series over the next 7 days, maybe even a little longer, how you can set up your website from start to finish, registering your domain, setting up the hosting, installing WordPress, installing a theme, the plugins that I find kind of mandatory. I will show you ways to build landing pages, to integrate an email newsletter, and even show you how you can do some SEO checks for your own website. Please let me know in the comments down below which kind of questions you have about hosting, domain registration, or the setup of WordPress. I will try to answer those questions in the upcoming week. And as always, like this video if it was helpful for you, subscribe to the channel to never miss another episode, and I will see you tomorrow in the first video of this series where it's all about domain registration and hosting setup. Until then, have a nice day and bye.